Titan Z here, back to do another video review. This time, going to be reviewing Machine Robo Rescue, Mugenbine, Dig Kong, 04 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 04. I got a his little card in front of me. But yes, for those who don't know, Mugenbine are a series of toys from Japan, from Bandai. They're sort of, I guess you could say, Bandai's answer to Transformers. Except they're more parts-former than... They're purposely parts-former, unlike Transformers. So you have like a little pile of pieces down here you use to create, in the case of Dig Kong, an excavator and a gorilla. Hence the name Dig Kong. But yes, these are the Mugenbine Mugenroids. And these are the bind parts. So, it's an interesting little figure. He has that kind of articulation in his arms. He can bend his head down, but that's more due to transformation. He's got universal joints in his legs, surprisingly. It's always surprised me when I saw that. And he can bend at the knees. And basic Mugenroid movement. Out of all of the Mugenroids I picked up at a recent convention, he is kind of one of my favorite as a kind of a standalone figure. And even though he has, I think, a bad vehicle mode, I think his beast mode more than makes up for it. So we're going to go with the excavator first so I can get my complaints about that part of the figure out of the way. And the way these combined are they have all these little pegs and holes on them, and you just put them together till they snap together. Now I have heard of joints wearing down over time. I've heard that's a little bit possible, and I've also heard of sometimes the shoulder in the Mugenroids breaking down to like the plastic just failing and just starting to break apart. But other than that, now yeah, this is his excavator. Now, like the treads, I don't have a problem with. The main turning body, I don't have a problem with. It's really in the digging shovel and arm. While the shovel and the first joint on the arm is completely articulated, this part isn't, which is a problem because he can't really move forward without moving the entire cab forward on the joint it sits on. That doesn't really work all that well. Yeah, and the instructions at one point looks like it may have alluded to this part, this joint, actually bending in one point. I guess they just took it out. It didn't work due to the size of the piece. I don't know. It's weird. But, moving on. Gonna take him to Kong mode, and this is the reason why I like this little guy. I think his gorilla mode is really awesome. And out of all the Mugenroids, this has probably the most interesting way to reach the animal mode with the parts used. Because instead of like turning into a cube or looking like the animal's just bending down, this actually kind of incorporates the articulation from the Mugenroid in a way for the front arms, using the Mugenroid's legs, which is pretty cool. So, this is Dig Kong in his gorilla form. I really do like this. This is something kind of awesome. I don't know what is it with the Japanese and having their gorillas looking really slack-jawed, but it always looks awesome for some reason. I don't know why. He has limited articulation. Like, he can raise his arms up and down, but due to the fact of how they manage to get the arms to work, it's very limited. The legs have a little bit more articulation thanks to where they're positioned, although he does have a butt plug. Oh well. Make your funny jokes, people. But I still really like this figure, and if you can hunt him up, I would definitely recommend him if you really like the gorilla mode. The excavator is nothing to write home to mom about, but I still think he's worth it for the gorilla mode. I wouldn't pay more than $10 on eBay for him. 15 to 20 if you, like me, bought him at a convention. Wouldn't pay more than that, especially if the box is in bad condition. I wouldn't pay more than 15, but that's just me. Still, awesome figure. Like I said, if you can find him, I definitely recommend picking him up. So until next time, this is Titan Said saying I'll see ya when I see ya.